Hello all. This is a video in which I'll be sharing my PhD experience, interview experience. Since I was busy with my PhD coursework, I could not upload the videos. So इस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो में आपको PhD में कैसे अप्लाई करना है और मेरे खुद की PhD के एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में बताऊंगा. So PhD, when you're applying for PhD in different institution, हर एक इंस्टीट्यूशन का दूसरा क्राइटेरियाज है जिससे मैंने ब्रीफ में एक्सप्लेन किया है. सो व्हेन यू कंसिडर स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटीज, मतलब दोज यूनिवर्सिटीज दैट कम अंडर द रेगुलेशन ऑफ द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, सो नॉर्मली दे विल हैव अ एंट्रेंस एंड अ इंटरव्यू, बट इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी दैट they do not select on the set exam, GATE, CSR or any other exams. It's not necessary that way. So they will compulsory have entrance as well as interview. But in some universities it is like आपके पास अगर इनमें से कोई एग्जाम क्लियर हो तो दे विल हैव अ सेपरेट लिस्ट इंडिकेटिंग रैंकिंग्स ऑन दैट एंड दे विल हैव टू फेस द इंटरव्यू, whereas they will be exempted for entrance exam. So whereas if you consider NITs, compulsorily GATE has to be cleared. If you are cleared CSIR, then you can apply for project assistant, whereas direct PhD you cannot apply. So then you will have either in entrance or entrance and interview. Since I joined in NIT Karnataka, we also call it NITK, we faced the entrance and interview. So basically entrance, they will not ask you like higher level subject, basic which you study in your +2, 11, 12 में क्या पढ़े हो, डिग्री में क्या पढ़े, उसके बारे में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा पूछते हैं. But they do not want you to know, like they will not ask you about the what you study masters or what. Only thing you have to have the idea of your basic concepts. If it is clear, getting a PhD seat, if there are sufficient number of PhDs, it's not a big thing, आसानी से मिल जाता है. In case of IITs, same thing, NET or GATE, followed by it may have interview or only interview or both with entrance and interview. In these cases, you require very high valued rankings. For example, if you take in IIT Bombay, they will expect you to have a ranking within 500 or maybe less than that. Because if you're lucky enough, you may even get as high as 1000, 2000. Because I have known people who claim that they have got it around like 2000 ranking in IIT Bombay. So it is not necessary that you will get or you will not get. It also depends on luck. So in this case, you want to have better rankings like within 500 for better. Older and higher NEF ranking institutions means you will require lesser rank, valued ranks. So ICER, compulsory GATE with good rankings followed by interview. CSI labs, compulsory NET. GATE, if you clear GATE, it is useless. You should clear NET, CSI NET with JRF, then you will get, then followed by interviews. It is almost like सभी जगह पर आपको इंटरव्यू फेस करना ही है. In case if you feel that इंटरव्यू के बिना मिलेगा, it is like okay, it's hardly difficult to believe, but normally they will take interview for sure. Then other research institutions which do not come under this, there are some private institutions. There GATE or NET may be, then entrance and interview in those cases are compulsory. So if you go for some private universities which are known to have like VIT, they have their private entrance exams. You either you cleared GATE or no, that may be secondary. For those institutions, you better in advance check what are the eligibilities. Because ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि when you plan for PhD, if you apply that time you realize नहीं ये मेरे पास इस एग्जाम का क्राइटेरिया क्लियर नहीं हुआ है, these criteria are not clear. This should not become the scenario, as many people face. So this is the general method. So whichever institution you may be applying, may it be CSI labs or state universities or whatever, first if you're planning for PhD in those institutions, first select the institution where you wish to do. Or if you had done some research work, good progressive research, at your masters or you have a industrial experience, if you want to work on a particular area, then find out the institutions where that work has been done. It will be convenient. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आपने वहाँ अप्लाई किया और आपका जिस काम पर आपको एक्सपीरियंस है वो वहाँ पर नहीं है. So better you try to find an institution where your work is been done, or you will get experience of the people working with it. So now when these are some of the interview questions that were asked in different institutions. Here in this I shared many of the questions which I faced, some of my close friends and my seniors whom I know have cleared in different institutions. So the common questions are like, explain about yourself. Means आपके बारे में क्या बोलो. In this you need not tell about what you like or dislike. The main criteria what you include is your name, where you studied, name and your parents' details, like where they are, what is the name, what are they doing. Then your educational profile, like 12th degree and master degree score, which exams you have cleared, and you can also tell about your projects if any you are done. Since master degree में project compulsory है, so you can tell about, you have to tell about, it will give a plus point on the people who okay इस बच्चे को इसमें काम किया, तो he may be, the person, professors who are working in that area, okay I can take this guy. If you don't mention the project details, then it will be, you may not get the area which you want. Despite उनके पास अगर vacancy है तो भी वो नहीं लेंगे because you not mentioned it. So the other question is like, what area you are interested to work in. If you are like selected single area or particular area, okay, it's well and good. And if you are like, okay, if not this or this, you can tell with saying that this is my first priority, this is my second priority. In my case, I did the same thing. My first priority I give for inorganic, second priority I give for organic. So in case if someone else, if they have 1 or 2 seats or 1 seat for inorganic and 3 seats for organic, and someone was better than me, he gets the inorganic, he or she gets the inorganic seat. If I just mention inorganic, then the chances for me getting organic could be on lower side. But if you say no, if I don't get inorganic, okay, give me organic at least, means then I can have a chance of getting the organic seats. So, and they will ask you whether you have any kind of research experience. Technically, what you do in masters need not be a projects, it need not be a research experience like. But there are some people who have worked, got papers published. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप MSc में करो, it's not a project, इसका experience नहीं हो. If you have worked in a good area, then you can claim that you have worked on this area, explain what you have done. So if that will be a plus point for the interview. So like the questions which I face, NIT के में जिस area को मैंने preference दिया था was inorganic, organic. So whenever it's specifically mentioned that this and this area, they will ask you among that which area would like for inorganic or organic. So for this, for inorganic I had given priority to nanomaterial. So based on what area is specifically mentioned, they will ask you the question. Since I mentioned nanomaterials, the question asked to me was like, what is the difference between nanomaterial and bulk material? Tell 1 or 2 properties in which you should be able to give the example. Don't tell such properties that you cannot give an example. There they will come to know you're bluffing. कि हाँ मुझे, don't try to show the thing which you are not aware. सिर्फ ओके मुझे पता है सर ऐसा ऐसा बोल दो. If you're not aware, don't bluff. बोलने का मत जाओ. It will create a wrong impression that you are trying to give a over impression to them. So since I mentioned about the color based difference, so they asked me why there is a color change when you change the bulk material to nano size. So based on that, you will ask question. So if the one particular professor wants to take you for certain area, so he will ask about that. So in my case, one of the professors asked me where are porphyry rings found. If you have gone to bioinorganic chemistry, you might be knowing what is porphyrin. So since on that I given hemoglobin, myoglobin and the examples. So they asked me what is the function, working mechanism for hemoglobin, what is the charge of Fe plus in hemoglobin and structure. So these are the questions which I faced under inorganic. So when I said organic, I mentioned, since I had worked on phytochemical related aspect in my masters, so I said phytochemical, but the professor said this particular area has not been studied. Yeah, this since if you are aware of the things, say so I am aware of the fact that these are not. If you are not aware, say I'm sorry sir, I'm not aware of the fact. झूठ बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है. If you tell lies in interviews, आपका सिलेक्शन होने के चांस भी उतने ही कम हो जाते हैं. So now they asked me general question like how to convert acetophenone in ethyl benzene. Here typically this is a name reaction. So they will ask about the name reaction. Then what are catalysis? What are side product, byproduct? So they may ask you different question like here in case they ask me when you trying to form ester, ethanol and acetic acid is made to react where 1 drop of sulfuric acid will give you some product. What if you add 10 drops of sulfuric acid? Why there a change? Or why there a change in the content of product you get? So technically, if you are not aware of the answer, say that you are not knowing. Don't try to give some non-related or जिसका कुछ आंसर उस आंसर से कुछ सवाल से कुछ रिलेशन नहीं वैसा आंसर्स मत दे दो. If you are not knowing, say you don't know. So there are some questions like asked in IIT Hyderabad where the area of interest was given as organic. So in that they asked for pyrrole and pyridine, which are the nucleophilic sites and electrophilic sites. So in these cases it is better you know to draw the resonance structure, or if you are fluent with the position on which nucleophilic or electrophilic attacks takes place, it will be better. Like if you are going for organic, priority will be on normally your reaction sites, proton carbon NMRs, then some name reactions, common name reactions, and maybe they may ask you to give some synthesis of some particular compound. So like if the person who had first asked a questions related to proton H and 13H, proton or 13C NMR, then why ppm used for NMRs, McMurray reaction, Fidelcraft reaction, Raman timer, synthesis of pyridine. Similarly at IIT Dhanbad, or which is also known as ISM Dhanbad, there they were asked reaction, since it is high, they preferred to go for higher organic questions. Like in Nobel Prize recently we have seen Sharpless getting a Nobel Prize. So there's Sharpless epoxidation, then Suzuki. There are many reactions which have got Nobel Prize. I'm not saying Nobel reaction getting Nobel Prize. Organic chemists who have reactions name on them got Nobel Prize. So the questions about that was like I already mentioned Suzuki reaction, Sharpless epoxidation, then followed by Sonogara. Then there are many more. So if you are going for a particular area, make sure you are covering everything. In case if you are going for 2 or 3, then it will be like try to prioritize the areas where you wish to work. So there was one question asked about photocyclic, also called in pericyclic. So similarly at NITK, same. See here he asked for about NMR, NQR, UV visible peak indication. Means like what does they indicate? What are I values for if it is for NMR, NQR, Mossbar active. See then at IIT Rupal they had asked the person had applied for physical or polymer. They had asked about emulsion polymerization, then different reaction, how does it take place. Then it is not less many questions related to polymer. Since it's specifically for polymer, they'll ask of that side. Now similarly, this was by one of the other classmate or who's working with me. Like here they asked about the basic type. What are type of polymer, methods of polymer, how you are going to characterize it. Since in this case the boy who had applied had a prior experience about handling of this polymer related aspect. Since he had a research experience with this, so the questions were asked. So whenever you are trying to face an interview, try, if you are not knowing, bol do sida, sir I am not aware, I am sorry, I don't know the answer. Don't try to tell a wrong thing to show that okay I am trying. Otherwise if you have an idea, sir this may be the reason but I am not sure. Don't try to give your answer with confidence, wrong answers with confidence. Then they will come to know that you are trying to show that this boy is trying to get an impression but he does not have any knowledge, or this girl is trying to get impression but does not have any knowledge. So this is my experience with PhD interviews at different places. Now with respect to the videos, in coming weeks I'll be putting like one video per week, or it will be like 3 videos in 2 weeks. Since because I'm also dealing with my PhD work, it will take me some time बिकॉज आई हैव टू कॉन्सेंट्रेट, वहाँ पर भी कॉन्सेंट्रेट करना पड़ेगा, यहाँ पर भी करने के लिए थोड़ा समय लगेगा. सो प्लीज बेयर, एंड इफ यू हैव एनी काइंड ऑफ सजेशन you can mail me. I have already uploaded a short video in which my mail ID and my Insta ID is there. I'll reply back as soon as possible. So please do give a suggestion, please do like and subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. Thank you one and all.